Welcome to Mob's training videos. What we're going to do today is to install WSUS services. Prior to installing WSUS, we need to install some features uh, for IIS service. There are the role services. We need to install um, additional services. So the services would be from security, would be Windows authentication and application development. We need to find some ASP.NET, ASAPI, and from the performance series, dynamic content compression. These are the required prerequisites for WSUS to install perfectly. I'm going to pause the video and I'll be right back when when the installation finishes. See you in a bit. So the installation has been completed. Let's close it and we will try to install the WSUS services manually. It is recommended that when you're installing WSUS services 3.0 for into the Windows Server 2008 R2, it's recommended that you shouldn't install Sp1. You should always go for the update services 3.0 SP2. Let's install, accept the terms, and update storage would be, and since I don't have massive storage or storage server or Dell Ecologic EMC server storage or something like that, and because it's actually, you should actually plan ahead when you're selecting software update services for different kinds of OS, like, because each and every OS would be consisting of critical updates, service packs, and there are also update rollups, whatever it is. So it's going to take huge amount of server storage. So for this purpose, I'm happy with this one because I have enough space over here to show for the video. It's quite enough. So, and the internal Windows internal database needs to be installed, and I already have installed those things when I was creating my domain controller. As you can see, I will show you from add features. You need to install the services internal database already installed. Cancel the wizard, WSUS. To continue, click next. Use the existing IIS default website, mobs SRV, or create a Windows Server Services website by default 8530. We need to remember this one, as it will this will actually be local. This is a local intranet, http:// mobs.srv. This is the machine name, colon 8530. So please remember this one, because if you go ahead with this one, it will give you a port number to access the site. So the database files and the content folder would be in the WSUS directory, and the update site would be this. So click next. This is the part where WSUS is actually getting installed. Since this is a 64-bit edition, I already downloaded it because in our country, 84 megabyte to download 84 megabytes of data, it takes huge amount of time, and internet is too much costly over here. So it's not actually feasible to download this and download the files while installing it. It would take actually hours to download. So let's go back to the installation. The database is getting installed. Meanwhile, let me show you what I have installed, what the things I have installed when I created the domain controller. The role services is primarily Active Directory, file services and web services, DNS server, and also some features. The features are bits and also .NET Framework 3.5.1. You have to install it from the features. You cannot install these things manually. Only the 3.5.1, only the .NET Framework 3.5.1. And IIS gets installed along the way. The administration tools, bit server extensions, group policy management by default. The desktop experience, I installed it because of the recording purposes. So I'm going to pause the video and come back when it finishes. So the installation has been completed. So for the WSUS 3.0 SP2, let's click finish, and Windows Server update services would run momentarily. There it is. And we're going to go ahead with all these things. So click next. Yes, I would like to join Microsoft program. Synchronize from Microsoft Update. So this is an upstream server. Upstream server, it means that it will download all the update services and software updates, critical updates, service packs, etc. From Microsoft's side. So this is this is where you select for synchronization point. And if you have a proxy server installed in your location in your network, this is where you put these things in your own name of the proxy server name or IP, and the credentials to log in to bypass the proxy server. Pass through it. Click next. Since I don't have any proxy server except for a gateway, I have configured my gateway. It's an earlier process. Start connecting. This is going to take some time because information would be, the catalog would be downloaded into this machine. What type of softwares Microsoft have for to dispense all the software updates and everything. So it'll take quite some time to download all the updates. So I'm going to pause the video for a minute, and I'll be back as soon as the catalog is downloaded. And the update information has been downloaded from the Microsoft Update site. Let's click on English. I don't want to do any other things unless you have a otherwise necessity, or suppose like if you have other languages to be downloaded into your machine, it would be a huge download. So be ready for the downloads, uh, and also plan ahead for the spaces you need. So now the list is coming in. It's all being actually populated, Office and also Microsoft Windows servers. So what I want to do is I have to uncheck everything, and since I have only Windows 7 in in my network as a as a client operating system, so this is the only thing I need. And I'm also not going to select all these things because primarily I would also do the whole thing except for the drivers, because be aware that if you select drivers, it'll download gigabytes. It actually downloads terabytes of drivers for every devices for Windows 7. If you have a 32-bit operating system, it downloads different editions for that operating system. So what I'm going to do here right now is only I'm going for only the security updates. That's it. Synchronize manually, or you can do automatically 24 times a day. Know that when scheduling a daily synchronization from Microsoft Update, the synchronization start time will have a random offset up to 30 minutes after the specified time. Launch the server of the Service Administration Console. Begin initial synchronization. Next, and click Finish. So the admin console comes in. As you can see, it started to synchronize. Meanwhile, what we're going to do is to go to the DC, and we're going to need to do some tweaking in the group policy. Here is my group policy. Let's create a GPO and link it here. WSUS policy for mobs. Click OK. Click on Edit. Let's go to Administrative Tools, Windows Components, and in the Windows Update Services. There are several things you need to configure if you wish, but there is only one thing that needs to be installed, that needs to be configured. It's the automatic update immediate installation. Okay, let's talk about these things first. Then I will go back to the things I need to configure. Automatic update immediate installation. That if you think that you need to install the updates right now, go for this one. Receive non-administrative receive update notifications. Allow signed updates from an internet Microsoft update service. Update detection frequency. How many times it would connect to the update sites from Microsoft. Uh, Configure automatic updates. Delay restart for scheduled installation. Suppose like if you have any problems in your network and you want to delay the scheduled installation, so you can do it over here. Install update shutdown after installation, if you want machine to be shut down. Client-side targeting, Windows update power management while it was automatic wake online. If you have a WOL installed and configured, this could be a great help. Auto restart, no auto restart reprompt for installation. updates via automatic updates. So these are the things we can go ahead. You can normally do these things from update services. So this is the primary one. We need to install, we need to enable and update services. If you remember, while we're installing the server, it gave us a location for the service, mobs SRV, port number 8530, 8530, both for the internet statistic server. So apply and click OK. Now let's close it. Close the GPO. Synchronization almost completed. All updates, unapproved updates. Let's refresh it. One thing you can do is, as you can see, this update is superseded by another update, blah blah blah, whatever it is. You can manually approve all the updates and everything. Updates reports is being generated. Okay, as you can see, security update for Windows 7, for as I have selected only security updates. There were loads of it just came in. Again, let's refresh it. So 204 updates is actually it found for installing with the Windows 7. There were only security updates, as I have already only selected the security updates. It has security updates for Internet Explorer, Windows 7, and also Explorer updates, .NET Framework, 3.5.1. You can browse as you go ahead and click those things like approve, or you can also approve from the options part, automatic approvals, default automatic approval rule, security updates, only security updates. You can also have these things checked if you have those things already set. So run the rule. So as you can see, I'll show you. Okay, since all the updates are not approved, as all it awaits approval. Unless you approve the whole thing, it won't download anything actually. So let's update automatic approval. Again, going here, run rules before it can be run. So it will run a batch process and on the 206 updates, and it will 204 actually, and all were approved in one go. So let's say unapproved, refresh. There is none, zero updates of 206. Critical updates, any unapproved updates? Nope, there is none. Security updates, let's see the approved ones. Any? Refresh. Okay, now all of them are actually awaiting to be downloaded. So everything is coming in. WSUS updates, approved updates, any. So nothing has been actually downloaded yet. So there is nothing more. So finally, if you have any other things to go ahead, you can do these things by browsing all these things. But the things I have just shown you is the primary and the basic options you need to approve. Your approval needs uh, before prior installing all these updates. So that's about this history and all the updates. Hope you enjoyed the video. Oops, okay. Update services, reports. Okay. One quick thing is the reports with the updates, all replica download servers, more informations about any updates. So if you like to download and go through if you need to go through with any download and what it has to say and the description of the download, you can go ahead with the link, and each and every download has the link. So this is where you go. Primarily, this is actually a basic version of Windows Server, the System Center Configuration Manager, SCCM. Basically, SCCM works on these basic principles, and also it uses the background WSUS for a background service. So if you need to get your hands on it, it would be a good idea prior to jump into SCCM. One more thing you need to see is I'm connecting to my other Windows 7 machine. Let's see how we can configure. I'm running Windows 7 6 Ultimate N 64-bit. It's actually awaiting uh, Sp1, and let's do this GP edit. So if you want to go ahead with installing these things manually, you can also do it in your client machines, but you have to go through each and every machine. That's not a good idea actually. Specify Internet Microsoft Update Service location. This is where you also say that you need to get those things from the server update services, as you have a domain controller, and if it's a update, and if this machine is connected or connected to a domain, you can also do it. So basically, all you have to do is 192.168.1.120 on colon slash slash we apply. Okay, so it's enabled. You can do it also. So I'm going to say not configured. I'm going to back to basic. So this is about it. So hopefully this video is informational to you. Good luck.